All right. Hello, everybody, and look at this. I got some cubed steaks. They were actually cut up at the store already, meant for shish kebabs. I cut them up a little bit smaller, and I cut these little potatoes up. And I've made this mixture of garlic salt, a little bit of dehydrated onion, salt and pepper, and butter. I'm just going to spoon this on. Look at that. Oh, all over the potatoes. Don't be afraid. Marinate this steak up too with it. Oh, it's just going to be delectable. Deliciable. Is that a word? All right. Oh, look at this. I'm just going to smother it. I don't know how much you're supposed to use, but I know how much I'm going to. Look at that. You can't have too much butter, salt, and pepper on taters and steak. Ain't that right? Ain't that right, puppy dog? And that's just great. You want to see something you ain't seen in a long time? Look at this. Hey, Taz. What's up, buddy? See, he don't like cameras no more. But he is worried. He's wondering about that steak, aren't you? Aren't you, buddy? Yeah. Hey, buddy. Oh, what's up? Are you ready for some din-din? Huh? Are you ready for some din-din? Oh, yeah. Let me back this out a little bit. What you say there, buddy? Hey there. Hey. So, excuse the I didn't remember I had my shirt off. I didn't know I was going to actually aim the camera at myself. So, dinner will be ready shortly. Into the oven with these. All right, look at this. Finally, I opened it up a minute ago. Added me a little cheese to that. Look at that. Look at that. What do you think, sir?
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Okay, so let us get all of these opened up. Oh, look at that. Oh. Branson's sure he's gonna hate it, but maybe he'll like the potatoes anyway. He's not much of a steak man, but he left it up to me, and this is what I picked, and he said he'll do the best he can. So we'll be right back. I'm hungry. So pretty, it sounded like something was falling. Hello. Like you jumped out of a plane. Goodbye.
I'm gonna cut that off.
Branson's friend's calling him. Okay. So while he's taking care of that, hello everybody. His buddy must be Skyping him. I think Branson still has a little bit of homework before he can play with him. And we made some garlic bread. I think I'll take a piece of that.
It's funny, what I did was I didn't want to be mean and click the end call button to say, I'm basically saying no to him calling. So what I did was just turned off the sound. Because it just makes it look like I didn't see it. Okay, and let me click this. It looked so good on the other video when I did this. He watches our videos. Look at this. It's just sweating up. It's sweating greatness. I presume. I'm just going to put an insane amount of salt and pepper on these. You ain't even tasted it yet. I put salt and pepper and garlic. I think that's weird. Sometimes you'll see people, let's say in a lunchroom, someplace, cafeteria, and they'll sit down and start putting salt on their corn or peas or beans or something. They didn't taste them yet. It's automatic. This is hot.
What if the person in the kitchen accidentally dumped half a container of salt on it? You just made it worse. I don't see any of the pepper. But I see it on yours.
It's because I put more.
Excuse me.
How did you do the foil on this one?
I didn't. Remember, this wasn't done. Those were. So they didn't just dry out and get cold. I wrapped them just to try to keep them warm. It made them a little soggy, didn't it?
Really soggy.
A little chewy. Flavor's still there. They're just a little chewy. So, Branson's back. Branson's back. Yes, he's back. We've had a hard time. Branson was sick the other day. Very, very sick. Are you kicking the camera and stuff?
No, it was an accident.
Well, move that because when you kick that kicks the camera and the tripod. Branson was sick, violently so. And then I think somehow his mama got it. And
Then he got it.
Saturday and Sunday, I was on death's door. Almost dead.
With my sickness.
From whatever, bacterial or viral invasion, like food poisoning or something. And if you ever had it, you know what I'm talking about. It gets you just want to lay perfectly still. From the time that I got sick, I mean, for 2 days, I was only awake like 2 or 3 hours. I just kept sleeping and sleeping and sleeping because it's like my body had to shut down to fight it. And even on the second day I woke up, the sheets and pillows were drenched. I had to replace all the linens and pillowcases.
I think it was my sickness that he got. I'm not sure, but he told me his symptoms, and it's similar to what I had. I just think his body, he doesn't get sick at all, like ever. So I think his body just kind of held up a little bit of sickness and mixed it with whatever I had and put him on that feeling. Because that's basically what I had. He told me what was happening. Literally what I had. So I'm just thinking.
Hey, he is literally right. You got mess on your chin. Napkins.
I'm thinking it's what I had because I gave it to my mom. Because she had exactly what I had, just way worse because she has a few autoimmune disorders. Both of you guys got it worse than me. I was still pretty bad off though, because I had to go to a funeral, and I couldn't even go up to the service, but for the last few seconds of it, and I was one of the family members, so I was supposed to do more than everybody else, but I had to just stand there and watch. Because, I was puking on the side of the road next to where the gravesite was, and everybody else was up there. I was just sitting there puking. And then finally I finished, started feeling a little bit better, and then after that I puked again, but...
Well, you should tell them who it was. It was Branson's great-grandmother.
Great-grandmother.
Passed away. On his mother's side, his great-grandparents on my side have been gone for years and years.
I just got a bloody nose. That was random.
Try the steak
Hmm.
Try a small piece. There'll be a small piece somewhere. And one way to make it easier, put that in your mouth, start chewing it, and put a piece of potato in there because you like the potato, right? And then you get, and it blends together, you know? So, yeah, he lost his poor great-grandmother, and he was going to be a part of the service, and he got sick. What you said, you were throwing up across the road?
Yeah, I was throwing up on the side of the road. .
Missed school the next day, sick. day later, I know I got sicker than you got.
Hey, you never know. I get migraines a lot.
I know. It floored me for 2 days. This is the 3rd day, and we were going to go work out, and I was still too weak. I knew it wasn't time to push my body.
But I want to work out.
When you sleep overnight and you wake up going through chills in a bed that's saturated from sweating, you know your body was just fighting this internal war. White cells and, red blood cells and, foreign invader or whatever. Telling you.
Sounds like a war movie.
It was a war inside me. Nuclear war inside my body. My body had to pay the cost to fight the war and to be the battlefield the war was on.
And to be away.
And it took a lot out of me. This I tell you.
Believe me.
Believe me.
Sorry, that was a little bit controversial.
But, so let's talk about this a little bit.
It's food.
I saw this. Yeah, throw it on a grill. You can wrap it up and you can cook it in a skillet. I did it in the oven.
I think it'd be best to do it on a grill.
To me, I don't see why. When I cook on the grill, I want the grill flavor. I mean, if you're doing a gas grill, it doesn't matter. But I mean, if you're using coals, you want the. This meal's for the oven, as far as I'm concerned. I don't like it. You don't like it?
I don't like the steak. Well, I don't like that, no. It's weird.
It did juice up a lot.
What?
So, at this point, we're both relatively healthy.
Can you have that?
And we're glad to be back. We're trying to eat a little healthier. We're trying to go to the gym more. But circumstances, death in the family, sickness has limited that a little bit. Several months ago, I showed some video of us working out. I don't know if I'm going to do that this time around. Maybe sometime. But when there's people in the gym, I really don't want to film any. Not a cool place to do that. But maybe sometimes for all alone. But we're not going to make it like this is our journey necessarily officially. But I imagine just over the course of time, if you watch our videos, if we ever start losing weight so that'll show in our faces.
Well, we do need to eat more
if we get
stuff.
more 6-packs going. You can't see that because we're sitting behind this raised table.
Then we have to lower it. And then take off our shirts. Be like, look at this. Right now, if I did that all you'd be puking.
Really now?
I'm fat, okay? I'm fat and cute.
You're fluffy.
No, I'm fluffy. I'm fluffy.
You're fluffy. I like this.
I know a kid who's at the level of, oh, heck no. Like, someday he's going to be on my home.
When school let out, there was this really, really quadruple plus size boy hauling butt. I guess wanting to get a certain seat on the bus. But he was moving. I mean, he had cankles. He was a big kid. He made you look anorexic. I'm just saying.
Those kinds of kids, that is like, I feel like they're like a dinosaur. They're like, oh.
Here's the way I am. I ain't a hater. You go and be skinny, be fat, be somewhere in between. Good people's good people. But I'm telling you, sometimes big people can move. Some can. You know, the little people pretty fast.
Like that fat guy in America's Got Talent who can dance.
Right.
That guy was big, but he can dance.
Yeah.
I can guarantee better than anybody watching this. Like, he could dance. Not good enough to win America's Got Talent. But
it's not as impressive to see a skinny little boy do 10 pull-ups. It is impressive to see a fat boy do 10 pull-ups.
I can't even do 10 pull-ups.
Because you know he had to have a lot more strength to pull up that extra size. Extra body weight.
I'm trying to learn how to breakdance.
He is.
That hurts to do. I was huffing and puffing after learning how to do a 6-step, which is like the most average power move. I'm not even sure if it's a power move, but it's like where you get on the floor and
It's just going from standing to on the floor and spinning. He busted his tail in the gym today doing it.
Well, I wasn't even doing that yet. I was doing I was working on my footwork to get down to the ground because you have to do this little footwork thing, and then you drop to your knee, and then you get into the position to do the 6-step.
The concrete floor up there is like polished. I guess it's slippery.
But when I was practicing my first set of footworks, and then third time I did it, I did this one, and then
that's when he's going down at an angle. So his shoe was kind of at a 45 or so to the floor, and that's when it kind of gave out.
I know, and then I was falling. It was just like,
I thought it was going to hurt your elbow, but he didn't complain about his elbow because the way he went down, it was like a wrestling move, like giving the atomic elbow, and I heard it was like into the concrete floor, but he was like grabbing his foot.
Well, my foot hurt, and I can still walk fine and everything, but my hands hurt the most. I didn't say anything. I couldn't do any more workouts after that had to do with my hands because it hurt too much to do. I tried doing a few of them, but it hurt too much.
I'm running out of tea.
I wonder if I'll be able to play any For Honor with my friend later.
What does For Honor having to do with falling down?
I just use a controller with my hands. That I nearly freaking broke.
Have you finished your homework?
No. I don't know why you keep on asking.
I wish I would have thought about it. Branson had an assignment to do, and he drew it out. Remember? 5 things are going to happen or whatever?
Oh, yeah. I believe that this and this and this will happen. I had to do that 5 times.
I'm going to tell you right now, this isn't a political channel. I believe what I believe, you believe what you want to believe, but I don't promote it here on this channel. But he drew some stuff, and it had to do with like Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Don't be hating on us if you like one or the other. But it was cute. And he ended up being, what, an alien?
Donald Trump was an alien.
So it turns out toward the end, he's actually an alien. She was a demon. She was going to destroy the earth or something, and then he was going to destroy her. It was cute. I was like, you turn this in? He said, no, I ran out of time. I guess he's planning on turning it in tomorrow. I don't know what
She's going to hang it up on the wall. So what I did is instead of doing like other kids and putting my name on the front, I don't want kids knowing I made that. I mean, I'm going to get hate. So like, what I did is I put my name on the back instead of the front.
He wrote anonymous.
Yeah.
It was cute.
And they put on a mask now.
If you've seen our Instagram or Facebook, I posted a picture of that Branson drew. He's really been drawing a lot more and enjoying it. So it was cute that he actually did the assignment where he was drawing also. He's turned into quite the little artist here. So I'm curious to see how that's going to go. Of course, he has 10 million interests. Every one of them's like the biggest interest in the world. I don't know how he's going to juggle 15, 20 of them. He's going to be an artist, but he's going to be a music producer, that breakdances. I don't know, that's going to design games and magnas.
It's not a magna, it's a manga.
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 That's, I don't know.
Anime.
But
I'm weird.
Weren't we probably all like that when we were a kid? I don't know.
I'm weird. I'm like not like a normal kid. I don't play outside or anything.
There's a lot of kids actually that don't know exactly what they want to do. They want to do it all, but that's just.
Well, I do this
just
weird
finding
stuff.
yourself, finding.
And everything I do is on the computer. So like, what I do is I make music, I anime, now I'm trying to draw on computers, which that's like, I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff on computers now instead of actually going outside like I used to. Should get back into baseball because I have a natural given talent for it.
You did have a good talent for it, but it's nasty hot out when you play. Eat some more taters.
No.
Baseball needs to be done more so in the spring or something. I hated to see you give it up, but that day that you said you was done with it, I was kind of glad because I was sitting there during a practice cooking with the other parents that were standing there cooking. And you're looking at your kids on the field, one sitting down, trying to find four-leaf clovers or something. The other one's picking his nose. The other one's staring off in the opposite direction. You're like, I'm sitting out here for this. When you try basketball, all little kids do is mug each other. Whoever has the ball, they just all swarm and start slapping them and hitting them and trying to get the ball, Crazy to watch little kids play basketball.
Well, like, the higher grades I got, 3rd grade, it was still pretty bad with everybody. 4th grade, the kids started understanding you need to do certain things. 5th grade, they were like freaking NBA, like, dear God. Some of the kids I used to play with, I used to play a little bit in 5th grade, not too much. I'd get like maybe 1 score. But it'd always be a 3-pointer, so that was good. Because I still am not good at doing like a layup, like getting up real close and being like, whoa, I still can't do that. But I have a pretty good talent for basketball, I think, because I'm good at I'm really good at dribbling. I know that sounds stupid, but most kids don't understand what dribbling is. They do this. Even some of the kids that are even better than me, I see.
Branson's a strange character. So look at him. You think, look at him starting to do sports or something physical. You think he's the least coordinated, like cliched, like 2 left-footed, footed, whatever, uncoordinated person.
Well,
but yet he actually is good at about any physical activity or sport he tries. He just doesn't look graceful doing it. Whereas, there's even some people who look graceful at all the sports, but they still just kind of, yeah. You know what I mean?
No, they don't win.
He might not look pretty doing it, but he's efficient at it. Baseball, you can pitch anything to him. He's going to hit it.
Might not hit it far, but I'm going to hit it.
You have good hand-eye coordination. He's good at sports, but he's not a very physical cat. We don't live in a place where he has kids where he can play with them, really, except play dates, when you make something happen. So
I don't like the term play date.
Well, it's a date like on the calendar. It's not like you're not having a bromance. I didn't come up with the term, but everybody knows what you mean. A time for 2 kids to get together that don't live like beside each other.
I'm just taking off all that salt and pepper because it tastes good.
So he doesn't really get outside as much as like when I was a kid. Tons of kids around my age in a neighborhood. So when you got home from school or whatever, you just run out. There was a kid. It's not like that for him. So yeah, a lot of his interests are inside on the computer and stuff. Only child, no one to play with. But yeah, he does good on sports. So
I feel accomplished when he says I'm good.
you're good about anything you try. I don't know of anything that you're bad at.
Actually, I don't know either. Maybe certain videos.
There's things you're better at, and nothing is like, you're like, oh my God.
Well, right now it's dancing. I'm really...
Well, you just started picking that up. Okay, I've been eating for a while. I love this. But I think I'm going to die if I even just get this a little bit more in me.
Like 20 minutes through the video. And this is a long one.
That's a long one. It's going to take 5 years with my pathetic internet.
Windstream sucks.
Well, I guess I'm going to try to wrap that up. I guess that'll be a lunch tomorrow. Wait a minute.
Please stop.
So I guess that's it. We're 20-some minutes into this video. That'll be my lunch tomorrow. Puppy dog would probably drink that and just love it. I'm glad I could get Taz on film. It's the weirdest thing. I consider ourselves a family that's in front of the camera and takes pictures of stuff a lot. And you think I would be able to take pictures of the dog, and for a while, that was the only pictures I could get. Branson's hard to photograph. He runs from a camera. And then the dog got where you'd break out the camera, he'd look at you and, like he was paranoid, like he thought you were going to shoot him with it or something.
We were. We were going to shoot him a picture.
So, thank you for watching. For everybody that subscribed, we really, 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 really appreciate it. Please stop. And if you will subscribe, we're going to thank you too. And we appreciate it. Please leave lots of comments. Positive comments. Leave the negative comments in your thoughts only. So, until next time, on behalf of Taz and the breakdancing artist, music producer, Branson, and Old Man, we thank you for coming.
Subscribe, comment,
Like, subscribe, and comment.
Bye.
Goodbye. Wave. No, wave higher. Like the Clampets.
Shut up.